It is great to have you back here on my Coin Lady channel. It seems to reason that the value of XRP will rise if Ripple prevails over SEC. Whether it has already ended is debatable, you know. Winners were Ripple 1 XRP holders. That's the rationale behind the asset's participation in the open market. When everything is all said and done, which will likely be quite a while, certain dangers will be removed. For example, if an appeal is not made, nobody is really concerned about anyone making another appeal. They were victorious by a wide margin. No one can predict the SEC's actions, but that won't happen. Obviously, there is a degree of danger involved. Imagine if you were to choose a terrible judge, like in the library case, who would blindly approve the SEC's demands and appeals, forcing us to proceed to the Supreme Court. The risk could increase for a long time. I truly doubt it makes a difference. Actually, I believe we're quite near to regulations, if I may be so bold. But even if we do wind up in court, the appeals process will likely drag on for a long time. I still predict that the crypto market as a whole will soar in the fourth quarter of this year, and remain strong all the way through 2025. That is clear to us. It's almost the opposite of what we've seen before. The clock was ticking. We were hoping to wrap up before the last bull run, but that didn't happen. This legal matter progressed smoothly, you know. Nothing they can do can be done now that the SEC is involved. This needs to be expedited immediately. No one can stop us now. This has also been discussed by Jeremy Hogan. Is appealing this case really something you're interested in? In reality, the evidence isn't in your favor. Ripple became victorious. If you have to appeal again, will you do better this time? Perhaps if you're truly counting on a terrible judge. Otherwise, you could take this to the next level and gain even more power from it. Additionally, rules are almost upon us. I don't understand. Tell me what you're doing here. Honestly, it makes no difference to me how much Ripple pays. I'm just hoping it happens as a vindictive act. Ripple, the firm, and its owners have sufficient capital to weather any financial storm. Nonetheless, as an XRP investor, all I want is for Ripple to stay afloat and continue expanding its payment infrastructure. Technically, it makes no difference how much it is. But if I had to pick just one thing, it would be Judge Torres's thinking and logic behind this ruling. And I'll explain why the judge found that the SEC's institutional sales were securities offerings. That has to be registered. Well, a significant portion of those occurred outside of the US. Thus in principle, no penalty should apply to any transactions that did not take place in the US. Operating in a foreign market does not necessitate registration. In our opinion, that is correct. I mean, what if they can get their hands on those foreign transactions and bring them back to the US? That might cause some trouble. Currently, our perspective is that, until regulations are in place, international transactions should utilize Ripple or stablecoin, and XRP should be used when appropriate. However, this plan could be severely disrupted if the judge decides that these transactions should be sourced here, and brings them back into US jurisdiction in some way. I don't see how she could pull it off, but it could cause some problems in the near future, until we establish regulations. That is the area that piques my attention. Plus, I have a feeling the fine will be hefty, maybe 100,000 to 200 million, but it won't be equal to $680 million in sales plus twice that amount for a penalty. I have no idea what it will be. I am primarily concerned with the reasoning, but we shall see. Ideally, she will say something along the lines of, well, you know, 400 to 500 million occurred overseas. So it's not in this jurisdiction, and it's not applicable, while explaining her reasoning and evaluating these fines. That is my desire. After this is over, a lower penalty would be preferable if the outcome is very favorable. From what the general public seems to be thinking, XRP's price might experience a significant spike. At least we noticed it after the matter ended in court, didn't we? Everything went smoothly. In the end, though, I believe that value will be driven, in large part, by the anticipation of the broader crypto market to heat up and begin growing. A flurry of activity is about to break out when word spreads that XRP coin is now available on Coinbase, Kraken, and every other US exchange. Investors will rush to buy the coin, marking a first in its history. I believe that will significantly improve our situation compared to 21 or 17, which should be decisive. From there, we may look forward to crypto legislation, which will hopefully provide a framework before things heat up. Do so, because I seriously doubt that 250 tokens will be permitted to trade on Coinbase in the US market at once, particularly in the beginning. The US market may be reduced to 20,000, 30,000, or 50,000 coins, or something along those lines. I believe you see a lot of growth from there as well, because with fewer options, you know more that money will hit those top initiatives that make that initial cut. Can you tell me the duration? Yes, it appears that they are progressing. Some of their competitors have a shot of crossing the finish line. It appears that ongoing financial reporting will be required. As a result, vast amounts of capital are pouring into this asset class, which means that the US market for crypto may contract significantly as a result of the high expenses associated with meeting these needs and demands. What does that mean for the crypto assets that can participate in this newly formed, completely regulated market in the United States, because they are compliant and fulfill all of the criteria? This isn't going to be about your Coinbase or Krakens. We're talking about exchange-traded funds, ETFs, and it's going to be crazy. The ability to invest in crypto assets through your Charles Schwab or Fidelity accounts, or any other means you choose, will open up a completely new universe. Thank you for watching my channel and for subscribing. I'll see you later.